everyone. Listen, I just want to take a quick minute, make a video, explain if you're logging on the Neuralis cloud this week, what you're going to see. Okay, we've done a lot of effort on tool life and longevity, and you're going to see some changes on the website. This is phase one of a multi-phase project, and I'm excited you're here. So we introduced Neuralis technology about 2.5 years ago, and we told each of our customers, look, we're going to be going after end-of-life prediction. So we really want to thank you for your patience, and really excited to be at the point we are. We now have 450,000 circulating hours feeding these predictions. It's enough data variety to matter, and we needed that volume to really tune predicted end-of-life versus actual failure point. There's a lot of novel approaches from outside oil and gas industry we've learned from, particularly medical. Done a tremendous amount of work predicting end of life when studying cancer patients, cancer patient mortality. There's a lot of variables that go into human health, and we're able to adapt those equations to fit our downhole application. Guys, our tools, MWD tools, operate in a chaotic environment. There's really 5 things to monitor, okay? Exposure to temperature, exposure to both axial and lateral shock, and exposure to both axial and lateral vibration. These are the covariates in the proportional survivor model that we're using. Now there are exceptions, okay? Outlier events is what we call them. Single massive shock breaks something on the tool. 80% life remaining broken. It doesn't invalidate the model. Outlier events outside of our control, they're going to happen. I think what's really stumped us and our industry in general, and what makes modeling and predicting end of life so difficult, is what we do next. When we take that massive shock, we replace the Z accelerometer, and then we put that tool back in service. Now we have a tool that is 100% brand new on certain parts, maybe 70% brand new, and it's just incredibly difficult to model the situation. I will let you in on a little secret. I believe the reason that Neuralis model is so tight with correlation is because we're more of a consumer brand electronics. When Neuralis tools are failed or need service, we replace the wiring, we replace the connectors, we replace the boards, 100% life remaining on the tool. I think that gives us great correlation. So enough about that. Let's log in here. Click the login button. You can see there's a new screen at the top. Once we get in here, I want you to go to Team Lifetime Logs. First thing you'll see is this large color bar. This is a summary of all of our assets. Okay? So these are all the assets that you own. You don't get to see everybody's, but do rest assured that the algorithms from the large data set are being applied to your tool. So let's take a look now in 20089. This is a tool that has about 50% of its life remaining. And if we scroll down to the very bottom, we'll kind of see what we expect to see. A tool run, some life off the tool. Tool run, some life off the tool. But whoa! What's this? 30% drop of life. I'm going to scroll to the right, and I'm going to say, okay, this happened because of axial peak shock. Lots of percentage off. We're going to scroll to the top, click peak, and we're going to head down to that same point in time and say, well, what really happened here? Drilling down. Okay, we can see it goes from 94% to 62%, and we can see in the axial peak levels, 12.6 hours 35G, 10.6 hours at 45G. Now that's the maximum bucket NDM1 tools will fill up, is 10.6. This is a max out. And so it makes sense if we're spending 10 hours at maximum axial shock, we're going to lose some life. They continue to run this tool. You can see as they've ran this tool, the other runs were much more benign. But that particular run, even though it was only 70 circulating hours, it took almost 30% of life off that tool. Now if we go back to the main top level, I want to point out one more thing before I let you go. Take a look at 20056, 2-line entry. That's intentional. What happened with 20056 is that 15% life remaining, it had its board changed. The customer filled in an RMA, told us about the incident, told us what NPT it caused, if any, and gave us some description. Neuralis' team, we filled out 3 levels of component failure detail. Which board is the NDM main board? what component, the processor in this case, and what subcomponent of that piece, the crystal X2. You shouldn't have to go dig through all this data to figure out this information. We have it, we'll post it, efforts of full transparency, you see it, you do what you want with it, okay? So, again, that's kind of all I really wanted to say. It's going to be really interesting, where we go from here, what the next phases turn out to be. I do believe that Neuralis, we would like to offer a financial incentive. If you want to turn in a tool, say between 5% life remaining and 20% life remaining, because it's near the end of the life, we want to offer financial incentives for you to do so. We think it's the right thing to do for the market, it's the right thing to do for service companies, and it's certainly the right thing to do for oil companies. So again, we appreciate your time. Thanks for spending a few minutes. Take care.